have to be creative. I mean, it's part of Google's culture to be inventive and creative. I mean, it's a company founded on the basis of radical change and doing things differently. So in the creative space, you know, it's fundamental that we do things that capture people's imagination, because just talking about technology is not interesting enough. You have to talk about what people get out of the technology, and you have to do it in a way that's really going to capture their imagination.
How creative do I think we are in the digital sector at the moment? I think we are incredibly creative. But I would say that, wouldn't I? But let me elaborate. I think, you know, I spent the bulk of my career, 20 years, in advertising, design, and digital agencies. And I think in terms of the type of work that I'm doing right now, it's really building upon what I was doing. And I'm not only creating campaigns, but a lot more platform-related work, a lot of product. And I think, you know, what we really strive to do in the digital space is create deeper and more meaningful relationships that allow people to interact with the brand, to provide a level of value and utility. So I think we are doing some pretty cool things as an industry. And I think it'll only get better.
Projects like Abbey Road are really fundamental for Google and the Google brand, because part of our mission is to enable access to the world's information and make it easily accessible. And projects like Abbey Road show our commitment to that, because they're big investments and they're important investments. We invest a huge amount of talent and creativity into them, and they're really fundamental to the brand because they help us explain our mission clearly to people.
So do I think that online experiences have the potential to be as powerful as those in the physical world? I guess what I would say is that I don't think that they have an exclusive relationship. I think that the most powerful experiences, whether it's around a product or a brand, is generally the one that capitalizes on the strengths of both. And I think, you know, there's nothing that will necessarily replace that face-to-face human connection that you could create from a human being to a human being. But by the same token, I think you could create an incredibly engaging, enriching digital experience that connects with a human being in some shape or form. But I think that, again, when I think of the best things that have ever been done, they are the ones that have had elements of both brought together to create some sort of experience that has been really meaningful to an individual.
We do not see it as risk. Creativity is fundamental to our culture, and if you listen to some of the ideas pronounced by Larry Page, it's all about 10x thinking, about doing things on a massive scale that's different. So that's the same thing when it comes to creativity. If you're not being creative, you're not going to capture people's attention, and you're not going to showcase how technology can make the world a better place.
Piers Morgan kicked off day 3 in an interview with Mediacom UK Managing Director Claudine Collins. The former Daily Mirror and News of the World editor predicted that print newspapers only have 20 years left, or less in some cases.